Hey, Paul Rabelais here today talk about a video. I'm excited about it. It's about what it takes to start an estate planning practice. I've been an estate planning attorney since 1991, on my own since 1994. So kind of seen it all, done it all, know what it takes. Most people don't know. Most people underestimate what it takes. So I'm here to kind of lay it all out, what's involved in starting an estate planning practice. First, I want to define what I mean by starting an estate planning practice. Starting an estate planning practice is not doing things like going out and buying a tape dispenser or paper clips or even forming an LLC. Although there's some logistical things, it certainly doesn't involve going out and getting a nice office and signing a 5-year lease. You're just doing those kinds of things, just assuming that clients are going to come in the door, recipe for failure. What I define starting an estate planning practice as is really what does it take to attract ideal clients so that you have the opportunity to retain them and then serve them and be compensated for the professional legal services that you provide. All right, so let's get right into it. And I'm going to give you some technical strategy, but here's what I would do, and I would focus all of my efforts on the things that I'm about to say. First thing I would do is I'd get a website. And now I would not go pay some third party hundreds or thousands of dollars every month to build and maintain your website. The reason you need a website is because you're going to be adding on your own lots and lots of content to that website. So you can get your own website through WordPress, which is free, Squarespace, which costs a little bit. You might have to spend $15 to get your domain name, but all these strategies that I'm about to tell you, they all cost nothing or they all cost next to nothing. So you can build a website, going to cost you about $15. Make sure you have a blog post or a blog page. We'll talk about a podcast page in a minute so that you can really add some valuable content. Next thing I do, start a podcast. You might say, I have no idea how to do that. Some of you might say, I've never even listened to, I'm not even sure what is a podcast. Well, some of the stuff I'm going to tell you, you don't know how to do, but I'm also going to tell you that there are YouTube videos on all of these things that I'm suggesting that you do that tell you detail by detail how to do it. So you're going to have to take some time and effort to self-educate yourself. But what starting a podcast will do, and again, it'll get you a kind of functional with the technology, and then you're going to go, and you may not know much about estate planning. You may be moving into an estate planning practice from another area of the law, and you're sick of that area of the law, and you want to get into estate planning because you don't want to litigate anymore. You want to control your schedule. You want to help people. You want to be in a positive environment. So you're not. The strategy is not go out and spend 3 years learning everything there is to learn about the legal aspects of estate planning. The strategy is take many little bitty niche topics in estate planning, master them one at a time, and then document that material as you master it. So just like a podcast, just one little area of estate planning, do your necessary research, hit the books, hit the online resources, whatever it takes, make an outline, have your outline in front of you, make your 2-minute, 3-minute, 10-minute audio recording that you'll turn into a podcast. Now you're starting to really learn that material and you can document it as you go along. Then from your podcast, you'll start a YouTube channel. How much does that cost? It doesn't cost anything, it's free. And now that you communicated that material in a podcast episode by having your notes right in front of you, now you're ready to get on video and do a video explanation of that same very topic. Then go out and after you shoot your YouTube video, which by the way doesn't take any equipment, takes one piece of equipment. Your phone, and then I would say, see this lapel mic? It plugs right into my iPhone. It costs less than $20. That's a one-time expense. All you need to do to start producing these talking head videos, but you need to upgrade your audio quality a little bit. The smartphone microphone just isn't good enough audio quality. You need to step it up a notch. Lapel microphone will take care of that. So then once you shoot your video, you'll type in a description of the video, you'll optimize your YouTube channel, your YouTube videos with tags and things you'll learn about. And then what you'll do is you'll go back to your website and you'll put your podcast on the podcast page of your website. You'll take your YouTube typed up description, put it on your website as a blog post along with the video, so people, SEO stuff, finds your website, finds your video, finds your written material, you're off and running. Okay, next thing that I do is I would optimize my LinkedIn page, and get lots of connections, people in your community, people who they'd love to, connect with you. And then I would take all of that podcast, YouTube, blog post material, and I would make every time I did one, I would make a LinkedIn article with my written article and my video on LinkedIn. And as your connections stroll through their feed, they'll see, look, well, he wrote an article, he made a video, he must know something about it, he does. And you're starting to build up that authority and that credibility. Then last thing, not a big deal, but I would have a Facebook company page where it takes a click to, again, repurpose all of that material on your Facebook company page. I'm not talking about your personal Facebook feed. Your friends from high school don't want to see, everyday stuff coming across about estate planning. But if they've liked your company page, then it is appropriate to just pile on that really valuable content on your Facebook company page. And again, it'll run across their feed because they liked your company page. So what I would say, so the skeleton is build a website, and then many times over, research a niche topic, make a audio podcast episode out of it, make a YouTube video out of it, repurpose that material onto your website, create articles on LinkedIn and on your Facebook company page. And I would say don't come up for air until you've done that 1,000 times. And so it's going to take a lot of effort. Here's where the sacrifice comes in. You're going to have to stop, binge watching Netflix. You're going to have to maybe even sleep a little bit less than you normally do. You may have to lounge, not at all or less. But that's what's necessary, is that effort and that work to develop that content that you will benefit from professionally and financially for decades to come. So yes, we could say then once that's in place, we'll take that to the next level of client attraction. Things like, physical books, ebooks, speaking engagements. But what I went through is a formula that costs nothing. I'll rephrase that, maybe less than $100 one time. So I call that nothing. A formula where it costs nothing to build a massive amount of client attraction, valuable audio, written, and video content. You will get phone calls. It will be gradual. You'll watch your views and your likes and your comments and your subscriptions at first will be 0. You'll be 30 videos into it and you're like, nobody's looking at this stuff. And it will gradually go up and up and up, and your authority and credibility and phone calls into your office will go up and up and up as well. So the next phase, though, once you get those calls, is you've got to really hone your client retention skills. Nobody's good at it at first, but you've got to be able to handle the how much do you charge? Can we think about it? I need to go home and talk to my wife. The badgering of questions and questions and questions that you'll get from prospective clients. How to handle all that where you convert all of those into, ideal clients that are willing to compensate you at the appropriate amount for the legal services that, the quality legal services that you provide for them. So there you have it. Hope that helps. A lot of effort, but doesn't cost anything. That's the beauty of it. It's all about creating content and using the various platforms so that when somebody thinks to themselves, I sure would like to know this, and they type it in one of those Googles, YouTubes, one of those search engines, your stuff pops up. So what I want to hear now is I want to read your comments, and really whatever you're thinking. It might be, boy, that sounds like a lot of work. I'll agree with you there. Or whatever your comments might be through your trial and error. If you find this video valuable, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, whatever. But hopefully I've given at least one person a realistic view of what's necessary when failure is not an option starting an estate planning practice. So maybe one day I'll hear from that guy or that gal. Y'all enjoy, take care, have a great day.